Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? The people who continue to go out there and torture women and also say that they don't support gays and throw them off the roofs. Well, apparently they're into gay sex themselves. Their new supreme leader, that's the one who you heard previously, Pete Hegseth, saying that he's disfigured after a local attack. Well, the new supreme leader, according to a new New York Post article that was just released today, may be gay. And I know that sounds funny to hear out loud, but the reality of it is no one thought it was funnier than President Trump himself. According to the report, President Trump, as others did, when they heard from the intel community about the possibility of him being gay,
a lot of people are saying that he's badly disfigured. They're saying that he lost his leg, the one leg, and he's been hurt very badly. Other people are saying he's dead. Nobody's saying he's 100% healthy, and he hasn't spoken because the Ayatollah would sit and he'd spew hate from a form of a throne, not as nice as a throne. I like the English throne much better, but it was a fancy chair. But he'd spew hate from his chair. But you'd see him a lot, right? This one we haven't seen at all, so that could be for a lot of different reasons. We don't know, Peter, if he's dead or not.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and this is another showing of how the Western powers are bloodthirsty, bloodlusting, ignorant, Neanderthal motherfuckers, and further reinforces why maybe the Islamic powers ain't such the bad guys. Now, me personally, I know I've done a video or two that I've mentioned where I feel like the Middle East need to be just bombed, right? The whole shit, Israel included. Not because I hate anybody, because I don't. I love everybody in the world. I just believe that the back and forth this is like racism on steroids, right? You got the supposed Israelis, which are nothing more than Polish migrants. For anybody that wants to debate me on that shit, do your Googles. Netanyahu is born in Israel, but his parents are from Poland. Damn near everybody in the Israeli government is from Poland. That's not me, that's a fact. And the Arab niggas, while they not black like us, they tan, right? They call them sand niggas. There's a reason. And I feel like the back and forth, I think, me personally, honestly, I think that the Palestinians are probably the good guys, freedom fighters. It looks like Netanyahu wants to expand the Israeli empire. He wants to take over the Middle East, including Yemen, Syria. Hell, they even shot a couple rockets over at Dubai. Well, maybe that was Iran, but that was because they was like, yo, you hoe ass niggas ain't on the team. They lashed out. But in any event, yeah, I say that hyperbolically. I don't want nobody to get blown off the fucking map. I'm just straighten that shit up for YouTube be on some dummy stuff. But this right here, like the fact that he can make light of the man getting disfigured, blown away, his leg blown off or some shit right there, shows the insensitivity of the imperialistic white supremacy regime, which is America. Now, I badmouth it because I live here and I understand the shit, and this is no slight to white people. So before you come in my comment section talking about I'm out here hating white people, I don't hate white people. I hate the government, mostly comprised of white people. That's on some bullshit. They do bullshit to black people, white people, broke people, Mexicans, brown people, and everybody in between. This dickhead just symbolizes what it's really about. The only difference between him and other presidents, including Obama, is that he's not tactful. He literally says what the fuck they believe. Which I think, if I'm not mistaken, Hillary Clinton, they got an email that leaked on the WikiLeaks where it was said between the DNC to pander to black people, and they have a policy called benign and neglect, which is listen to black people's plight and their demands, smile, and do nothing. That's not me. That's also confirmed documentation. You go look, do your Googles if you please. I don't be making shit up. Like I tell people on countless videos, we got the internet and AI. I couldn't make shit up if I wanted to. Not only that, I don't lie. That's not my forte. I've never been big on lying because I ain't no bitch. But this just signifies that, like, they make light. Okay, they kill Khamenei for whatever fucking reason, right? He didn't want to concede to stopping the nuclear program Iran had. But then after they blew him up, and his brother-in-laws and aunties and nieces and shit, the dude that was supposed to be second up, I don't know if he was family or whatever, but he stepped up to the mic, I guess because he did call the war off. They blew his ass up. He had 2 days in office. He ain't even last. They shouldn't even gave him the Ayatollah title, right? Because clearly he was not a supreme leader. But this nigga is supposed to be the son of Khamenei. And before I let this video roll, I wrote another video, white lady from InfoWars, laughing about the fact that he might be homosexual. Now, I don't know what the fuck that has to do with the price of tea in China or in Iran, but this is where we're at in, I guess, the world, where news organizations and outlets, and even though InfoWars is Alex Jones' brainchild, or even though most of his fucking conspiracies about Pizzagate was true, I don't think that somebody's sexuality on a national level should even be like reported on. The fact that they made mention of that plays no significance in this whole back and forth.
Why are you gay? You are gay.
It's not what the war is about. Person sexuality. They said even on the NPR station that Trump had snickered and laughed at the comment, right, about the new, I guess, supposed leader being gay. And this nigga's in the Epstein files of blowing Bubba. Now, we don't know who Bubba is, and that's a nickname for Bill Clinton. So he should be the last person snickering about somebody being gay. Bro, you might not be gay now. You was gay in the 80s when cocaine was a plentiful, which is probably why you wear a diaper, because he was man bussy. But yeah, they don't know if this nigga's alive. And that's another thing. When the fuck did the opposition report on if you alive or not? Like, when has that been a thing? When have we, like, I don't think that any news organization need to be reporting on if the opposition is alive or not. Clearly somebody is. They're still throwing bombs back and forth. So I think that's irrelevant. And we're going to take a small commercial break. Maybe not even a commercial. We're just going to take a small break. Come back, talk about the other scumbag that faked his death.
He's gone. He's gone. He is absolutely gone. Coffee shop videos, 6-finger videos. Son doesn't know how to tweet anymore after tweeting at least 15 times a day. Imagine spending 40 years trying to get something done, and then you get it done only to pack yourself up. Smoking that BB pack. Yes, sir. Grown man, by the way. Don't believe me? Watch this. That coffee shop video is dated 2024.
He really actually may be dead. Somebody play my saxophones, man. Or at least seriously injured. Because for the first time ever, who is missing from their official war update? No BB the Bomber, no Mossad defense chief, no Air Force commander, no Ben Guyver, not even his brother. And BB is always front and center talking big cash shit. So either he is dead, seriously injured, or somewhere ratted up, weaseled up in a hole in a cut like motherfucking Neosporin. But this is very odd and has never been seen before. I'm not trying to get too excited, but we still have 0 tweets and 0 statements. Also, this tweet that was supposed to be put up and then immediately deleted because they're like, oh wait, effort underway to establish contact. So wait, that means you don't know where he's at. Now, I'm praying to God that this motherfucker got took down low. And Satan right now is greeting him with open fucking arms. Some people are blaming this exact news report because this was live during the time. And they think that the IRGC tuned in because this was a place that they already struck and killed 9, which were civilians supposedly. And then on camera, you see BB the Bomber right here. And people are speculating that then the IRGC was like, oh, we got him. Send another one. Now maybe the sixth time they're announcing that everything is destroyed. It's just like, wait, how many times can you say something is obliterated and then they come and blow some shit up?
Welcome to the Foreign Press. First of all, I just want to say I'm alive, and you're all witnesses. And now that I dispatched this piece of fake news, I want to give you an update on Operation Roaring Lion. Under President Trump's visionary leadership, America and Israel are acting together in Iran with great determination and unprecedented strength.
Or is possibly dead, but faking that he's still alive. I guess in the reverse. So as you just got done seeing that video, my man's talking about BB is out of here. And from the other subsequent videos that I wrote about him being in a coffee shop with a cup of coffee, talking about how he loves coffee and shit. This nigga's clearly not in the land of the living, right? I forgot what video it was. I think I played it during the commercial break, where my man has 6 fingers. Now they tried to hide the fact that he has 6 fingers, right? I don't know what the fuck that's about. We can clearly see it's a deep fake. In the coffee shop doesn't look real. It's just more confirmation that he might be dead, because like why would you have to like put out a video saying that yeah, you love coffee and that you're still alive? Like, clearly he's not here. Clearly he's checked out. But like I say all the time, never let nothing like logic get in the way of a good scam. Now, I don't know if he is or he isn't, or if he pulled a Epstein, but according to that other podcaster or influencer, my man tweets 15 times a day. He's been silent. There's not been a video of him or nothing. So the fact that there's not been a video of him, and they got a video of him having 6 fucking fingers, clearly they're up to some shenanigans. They're trying to posture like he's still alive when he's possibly dead, right? But to save face, they're doing the whole deep fake thing. I guess even the government is going to get in on the bullshit shenanigans, right? Which I don't understand why they're trying to make laws to make deep fakes and stuff illegal, but in the same breath trying to use them to make us believe that world leaders are still alive, right? But they have been saying that stuff like this has been around for like before it becomes popular with us. They've already had it. So I would not be surprised that they're using it to save face, make deep fakes. They're reaching for grasping for straws. They're like, yo, he might have accidentally got blown up or sniped or assassinated, and to save face, they're like, how can we actually keep this going on? Because if the world knows that Netanyahu is dead, that might embolden the Iran forces to continue, right, their opposition. They might actually put up more of a resistance, not less. So me personally, I don't know what's going on, but day by day it's starting to look more and more like my man is faked his death. He's not here no more, but we shall see, right? He ain't Tupac, and I don't think he would run after wanting to accomplish something after 40 years just to go into hiding. That doesn't make sense. That could just be me, but like I'm with the theory of make it make sense. If I like want to step on people for 40 years, expand my empire, the last thing I'm probably going to do is fake my death and go into hiding so that I can further embolden my enemies. That's just me. I could be wrong. Maybe he's doing it. Maybe he's injured. Maybe just like the other dude that got his leg blown off or is disfigured, maybe Netanyahu caught a stray. and they trying to basically get him back to health so he can do what he does, which is command Israel to crush Iran. So we shall see in the coming weeks. I might give y'all an update. That was just my opinion on it. I figured I'd talk about it, lace y'all with some funny videos in between, and let y'all come to your own conclusions, because this is a cynical podcast. I don't necessarily report on shit. To me, it makes no never mind if this dude is dead or not, right? If he is, like I did a video saying I believe he's a scumbag, a bloodlusty scumbag. I've listened to countless reports on him on NPR, and it doesn't seem like he has any motive other than wanting to annihilate Palestine so he can take the territory. That's just where I'm at it. From what I've gathered in the last 25 years, I'm not saying that the Palestinians and Hamas want to live peacefully, but I do believe that Israel has been wanting to expand its empire from its sovereign Israel state of 1948 to be like us. They want to be a world superpower, and you can't be a world superpower without territory, right? So I believe that's what his whole, I'm not gonna say jihad because he's not Muslim, but I believe that's what his whole MO is. It's not because he wants to keep the Israeli people safe, because if he did, you would come to a conclusion of peace. And on top of all that, like, even if that wasn't the case, let's say that Hamas is the bad guys, why pick another war with another country? Like, so they got a nuclear program. They don't want to stop it. Who the fuck are you? I'm still on that shit. I don't understand how people, like, and it's only white governments. I don't understand how they say that brown countries, namely Iran and the Middle East, they're volatile and they can't have nuclear weapons. We have the dumbest president in office to date. He got nuclear weapons. Nothing's happened. And I honestly believe that, and I could be wrong on this, maybe they just want to have them so they can protect themselves from bloodthirsty people like Israel and America, which I think that they're entitled to. Some people like to argue that maybe if they got nuclear weapons, that they could possibly lose them, or they could somehow fall into the hands of Hamas or Hezbollah or any quote unquote extremist group, and then they'd use them on America, and then we'd have World War III officially. But I just don't see that happening. And on top of all that, it always brings me back to the question, why the fuck does America feel like they can tell other nations what they can have when they got the same shit, right? That's not front like America's had a good track record of not oppressing its own people, or even being what they call economic hitman. They've assassinated I want to say the Chilean president back in the 70s. They kidnapped Noriega for the same shit that they claim that Maduro was doing, was trafficking drugs, which Noriega actually was. Like, that's not even speculation. He was doing that shit, right? But even still, so was Ronald Reagan. So what are we saying here? It seems like it's biased, and it literally seems like they feel like because we're in power, we get to tell you what to do. And I think that is the wrong position to take. I think that's wrong for America. And once again, who the fuck are you to tell me what I can do? In any event, if you like this episode, you've been informed, or if I just made your brain heat up and think of anything, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the link so that you can get some merch, and I'm out.